here we are going to start the 5+3 portion.
Yes, and if the match is still tied, they will play the sudden death of 3 minutes plus 2 seconds. And if the game is still a draw, they will just keep playing until there is a winner.
Yeah, it can keep going all evening, guys. So let's see how long this takes. I mean, I feel like it's kind of nice that they're back to even because the game that Arjun lost with white, he really shouldn't have lost.
Yep.
So I'm kind of glad that he's going to get another chance, and they're basically starting from scratch.
Yeah, and here we go. The game has just begun. E4
E5,
on the first move
yes.
now.
E4, E5.
Are we going to see Lopez? No, we are
It's an
seeing
Italian. Yes, an Italian on the board. Bishop C4, Bishop C5, and D3. Okay, here we go. We're updated.
D6 and castle.
D6 castles, and between
A6.
these two players, I think this might be the first game that we're seeing in this opening. So Arjun tried out D4 in the rapid. Now he's back to his E4 repertoire. So Bishop G5 on the board, and what did Prague
Bishop
do?
A7.
Bishop A7. He moves
A4.
back. The bishop A4, and is he going to maybe throw an H6 here? Or is he going to castle? I guess H6 would be my choice.
A6?
Yeah, it's
and
on
probably
the board.
G5. Yeah, G5.
Yeah, G5 and
Knight E7.
Knight E7. Interesting. Okay, there might be some tactical reasons why Knight H5 doesn't work here. So he goes Knight E7, and I guess the knight is going to G6 and maybe F4. So always kind of dangerous when you get this bishop, I think, stuck on G3 for white.
Yep, I agree with you. And Knight G6 also, there's Bishop G4. You're provoking H3 because there's Knight H5 and so on. So yeah, this is going to be dangerous. But again, this position has been played numerous times, and I think with equal chances for both sides. So we'll see, because you might want to close the king side, but white will try to break open the center.
Yeah, apparently after Knight E7, this was still a game Mamedov Caruana. After D4, that was from 2016. So it's been seen before. Yeah, white is trying to get some counterplay in the center with D4. Knight takes E4, pawn takes E5. And what is black going to do here? Well, D5 is actually a very simple and strong move that he could try, just closing up the bishop and getting a tempo, supporting the knight. I think if you sort of, he put it on the board, D5. Okay, so actually this match is starting out pretty well for Prague. After bishop D3, he has a lot of nice choices. He can develop his light squared bishop somewhere. What else can he do? He can go for H5, but you need to calculate that a bit. Yeah, that's a little tricky, because then there's bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, king takes, and knight takes G5. So that's actually less clear to me.
Yep.
I think bishop E6 would be my choice.
Or bishop F5, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, bishop E6 looks very solid. Maybe you want to leave the F5 square for the knight. So, yeah. Oh, he goes bishop F5. All right. Very understandable. And we might see black castling queenside in this position. So Prague is off to a good start here.
Yeah. Yeah, things are looking good for black in this position. Yeah, because black is not committed to the castle yet, so he can totally prepare for the long castle and have a safer place for the king.
Yeah, and actually notice that white can't even get the knight out because of knight takes G3, winning a piece. So actually Arjun has to think of another system of development here. Perhaps putting this knight to D4 and maybe getting this bishop to go back to G6. And even then it's kind of tricky for him to go knight D2. So we'll see. But yeah, it's looking pretty good for Prague out of the opening.
Yeah, and time situation, Arjun is a little bit behind than PRAGGNANANDHAA is by about 30 seconds. And again, this is 5 minutes plus 3 seconds. So every move, they will have another extra 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see a whole lot for white other than knight D4. I feel like you got to start with that and then just kind of see where they go, probably to G6, and then try to find some move. some way for this knight to come out. But the problem is like that there's always h5 as well. And now there's also c5.
Yeah, that h5 is scary. Maybe you might want to think about e6 instead of queen e2 and try to get a diagonal for the bishop. But yeah.
And then it could get crazy. I could go f5 and start with my pawn march.
Yeah, bishop e5.
Maybe I'll castle. Castles is nice, right? And yeah, and the pawn could be weak one day, you know, especially once I kick out the knight.
But Arjun has to play fast.
Yeah, so he started with knight d4. Oh,
Queen
interesting.
d7.
Prague doesn't want to take the time to save the bishop. Queen d7 is also quite reasonable because he just wants to get castle to queenside faster. And after Arjun takes, I think he'll take, because at least you get something, right? You get a bishop. Then I think, you know, he can take either way. But, I mean, knight takes is more intuitive to me. Why put your queen in a pin if you don't have to? I mean, there's no f3 for now, but yeah, knight takes f5 would be my choice.
Yes, I think that would be a good choice. But we'll see if Arjun will take the bishop on f5 or not.
Look at the focus on Prague's face. Look at the way the eyes are, you know, so into the position.
King h1. What does it do? So probably trying to prepare f3. Is it the case?
Yeah.
Or maybe just trying to prepare knight g3, f g3.
I don't know. But I think he's got to figure out what he's going to do after h5. Knight takes f5, knight takes f5, maybe bishop takes e4. Bishop's in trouble a bit on g3. What other moves does Prague have here? He has
h5.
so many good choices.
He played
h5. Okay. So now I guess knight takes f5. We would play knight takes f5.
No, I don't think you'll like to take it.
He played h4. Okay.
You just want to keep this diagonal close for the bishop on a7. So h4.
So if they take, we take, and you know we can try to say that our king is not that weak. Yeah. Okay. So,
but look at the time situation. Arjun is down to 30 seconds.
No,
left.
he's got a minute 23.
Oh, a minute 23.
Yeah, minute 23. And not a lot, though. He is like down almost 2 minutes compared to Prague.
Wow.
And Prague plays
long castle.
Long castle. You know, he has built up a beautiful position here with the black pieces, and white still can't get these pieces developed.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you take... Well, at that point, I'll have some nice choices, yeah, like taking or maybe just playing h4. And what
Queen
did he
E2.
do? Queen e2. Okay.
Yeah. Well, even
So
with the rook to go g8.
Yeah, do we go rook g8?
Yes. The attack is just too good.
Yeah, there's so many moves, though. There's bishop g4. You don't even have f3.
And the harmony of black pieces as well is just so good. It's, yeah, I mean, in this point, Prague is in the upper hand situation.
Yeah, I think the one move you don't really want to play is g4 because you don't actually want to close up that part of the board, right? You want to keep it open. So I do like rook g8. Seems like a perfectly reasonable move to me. But yeah, he's got some nice choices here.
Right.
So my top two moves are rook hg8 or bishop g4. If bishop g4, they move to c2, what are we going to do?
Bishop g4.
Okay. So I guess we're going to find out because I think the queen will move to c2.
Yes. Oh, queen e1.
Queen e1. Uh-huh.
And f5. Is it, or something is on f5. Knight f5. Knight f5. Wow.
Knight f5. Okay, everyone is coming into the party.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, this is so much pressure on white's position. What a disastrous opening, huh? That's how it looks when you get down to blitz. Yeah. It can look disastrous. You can lose control very quickly. So what happens if I take you? I guess you're going to probably take with your queen and just move all your pieces in. Probably. But yeah, poor ERIGAISI, down to 30 seconds. And the thing is, like, look at the power of black's pieces here. So much power. And, you know, and the edge on the clock. I don't think ERIGAISI is going to survive this for long. So he took on e4.
Bishop e4.
Okay, just pawn takes e4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you take back, queen takes e4, and he did.
And queen e4, and now
You just take on
g takes
h4, yeah?
h4, yeah.
And it, yeah.
And
You can also take d4. You have many options here.
yeah, black can consider taking, I guess, knight takes, pawn takes, and like bishop takes.
Yep, bishop
Oh, he
takes
actually
d4.
decided with the bishop. Okay. C takes, and
then takes on
yeah, he
h4.
can take an h4, sure.
And if bishop f4, oh, e6.
E6, okay. He's trying to activate the bishop.
So I think taking it with the pawn is the first move that comes to mind, but he didn't.
Yeah, he took the bishop first. He wants to get rid of it, and then just went back, and he's completely winning here, right? He's
It is a winning position.
he's up
yeah.
a pawn, but the problem is that white's king is actually weak, right?
Now even the queen takes on h4, and he did actually take it with the pawn.
Yeah,
I
now
think
he's gonna lose the game on that square. It's just
Yeah.
gonna be like
Maybe rook first, yeah,
rook
g8.
first, bishop in,
Yeah, he
everybody in, and knight c3. I guess finally, can you imagine move 25? The knight finally develops from b1. That's not a good sign.
I like bishop h3,
Bishop h3.
but maybe a bit too fancy. Yeah,
It is fancy. I mean, I'll probably
Rook
have some kind of
f2,
rook
yeah.
f2. You're trying to mate me.
Oh,
Yeah, he just went for
queen
the
takes.
prosaic. Here's his extra pawn. And
Rook f4.
Rook f4.
And queen d2,
Queen d2. Okay.
and now queen f3.
He's only got like 5 seconds to work with here. It's very tough for him.
Yep.
He's doing a good job holding things together, but yeah, by the way, there's rook takes g2 tactic here, winning another pawn.
Yep, I think
Rook
PRAGGNANANDHAA
takes
is looking
g2,
at
queen
it. Yeah.
takes, and queen f4 wins another pawn, and that's kind of it.
Also rook d3. There are many tempting choices.
Yeah, rook
Right.
d3. I
Rook
mean,
d3,
like I
queen
guess there's queen
f1.
f2.
Rook d3, queen f1, and now I have my bishop h3. I really like that move.
All right, I think he will play rook takes g2 though. It feels like it's a fairly simple tactic, unless he's worried about rook d1. Rook there, king there.
Yeah, he took it.
He played rook takes g2.
Knight e4.
Probably rook h2 and rook g8 is kind of intuitively what I would go
Yeah,
for.
there's knight g5 though.
Yeah, but then at least my queen's not hanging.
Or you can play, rook
he's
g8.
he's reaching for it. Knight g5 was forced, but now you
And
can
now
even
bishop
take on
d5,
h4 if you want.
Bishop d5, yeah, that's it. And rook g2 is coming.
Yeah,
No,
he played bishop d5. Okay,
And
everything kind of wins. Yeah.
Ooh, Arjun has only 1 second left.
Rook d1, and now what is it like?
Just rook g2 check.
Rook g2, king f1. Still not over.
Oh, rook h1.
Yeah,
What a
there we
move
go.
to finish it.